Why is Yu Shushin a very polarizing, or a lot of people love her and also hate her? Hi there, my name is Glee, and I'm your human behavior and celebrity coach. So I basically analyze people and their reactions, their behaviors, and why they're polarizing, and why they affect people, especially celebrities and the audiences. Today we're going to talk about Esther Yu, or Yu Shushin. Yes, she's a very famous Chinese actress, and I personally love her. But there was a time when I really didn't like her that much, but I think she was able to redeem herself. So, she's one of the most polarizing young celebrities in Chinese entertainment. I will admit to that. The reason is she has a very devoted fan base, but she also attracts a lot of disproportionate amount of criticism, as you can see. Looking at it through a human behavioral psychology, several factors can explain why, all right? So number one, it's her cute persona that triggers strong reactions. Yeah? So Esther often speaks with a high-pitched voice, as we all know, and uses playful expressions and has a bubbly and childlike energy. Yes? So psychologically, this activates different responses in people, or in different people. So it depends where you're in this order, okay? So for some, it triggers nurturing instincts. They perceive her as warm, approachable, feminine, and endearing. I think I fall in that category. Second, for others, it triggers skepticism. They may interpret the same behavior as trying too hard, or like immature or performative. Like to pick me. So that's where it's coming from. Okay, so this is an example of ambiguity bias. People interpret the same behavior according to their own beliefs and experiences. So I think I fell a little bit in that skepticism for a while. I've watched her shows a few years, and then there's some shows that I found like a little bit, there seems to be like this trying too hard or performative aspect to it. But then I would say maybe it's just a character, so I'm not fully biased. So now let's go to number two. Oh yeah. So Esther Yu falls in this number two category, wherein she violates expectations, which is a good thing, which can be a really good thing and also a bad thing. Depends where you're at. It depends on the viewers. So many people unconsciously expect successful celebrities to appear polished, elegant, and emotionally restrained. Yeah? So Esther is the opposite. She's very expressive, loud, playful, and openly enthusiastic. Openly enthusiastic, as we all can see that. Yeah? So people tend to dislike those who don't fit the expected social script because our brains naturally prefer predictability. Okay? So, light bulb. Next, she amplifies femininity. Third reason, okay? She amplifies femininity. As you can see, personally, I love Esther Yu's fashion. I think this is the number one thing I love about her, I would say. Why? She has a very vibrant, youthful, feminine, and like expressive way of styling herself, or in fashion, and I love it. I think I'm a fan of her because of the fashion. I wasn't a fan because of her acting at first, okay, or like her choice of shows or series. I was a fan because of her style. Yes. And then instead of toning down her feminine qualities, she leans into them. Some people admire that. So others unconsciously associate overt femininity with weakness or manipulation because of cultural stereotypes. So this is where the other category falls, where people who see overt femininity as weakness and manipulation, this can fall into that. Okay, so I don't know about you. There's nothing right or wrong here. It just depends on your way of thinking about overt or femininity. So I think she falls in that category. She has this weakness and this baby kind of energy. So it's like In some psyche, especially like really strong, independent psyches, it can come across as like a weakness or manipulation. Not that I'm saying that she does that intentionally, but it can be like a trigger for these kinds of strong, independent types. Okay, so this says more about the observer's beliefs than about Esther herself. Take note of that. All right, and then number 4. Oh, I think this is another thing that I've really noticed. Yes, and I've really highlighted. There could be this reason why. This is a very subconscious thing. So be careful about what I'm going to say, okay? So research suggests that very attractive people can receive both admiration and resentment. Okay, so it's because of the pretty privilege backlash. I think aside from her being pretty, it's that she's backed up by her very rich family, which she has this access to becoming even prettier whenever she wants or however she wants. So people may unconsciously think, oh, she has everything, or life must be easier for her. So this can lead to envy or harsher judgments even when they aren't aware of it. So this is very subtle. This is a subconscious thing. Okay, so yep. I'm not saying it's all of us, but it can be. Anyway, next is number 5. So she's emotionally expressive. So Esther laughs easily, cries openly, and shows excitement. So highly expressive people often create strong emotional polarization. So fans feel emotionally connected, or critics find the same traits overwhelming. Okay, so very few people feel neutral. All right, based on my observation, Esther Yu or Yu Shushin can fall in the feminine archetype of the lover, the princess, and the entertainer. Okay, so why do some people love her so much? So she gives people permission to be themselves, like joyful, expressive, emotionally open, and playful. So in psychology, people often feel drawn to qualities they either admire in themselves or wish they had. So why do some people strongly dislike her? Now, this is the question. So common psychological reasons include they perceive her behavior as inauthentic. Or they prefer calm, reserved personalities. Or maybe they feel overstimulated by high energy expressiveness. Or they project stereotypes about cute women onto her. So, or they can experience envy or react against someone who stands out. So this is not totally with Esther. This can also be within the audience or something within the audience. So these reactions don't necessarily reflect who she is. So they can reflect how different observers interpret the same behaviors, okay, through their own experiences and expectations. So overall, Esther Yu's public image is best described as a blend of the maiden, the lover, the princess, and the entertainer archetypes. So people who enjoy warmth, optimism, and playful femininity often find her irresistible, while people who value restraint, subtlety, or seriousness are more likely to react negatively. So her ability to evoke such strong feelings in both directions is part of what makes her such a memorable public figure. Comment down below, what do you think? I love Esther Yu personally.